Something inside the little girl finally snapped as the older boy kept taunting her because she whirled around and jammed her finger deep inside his eye socket. What happened when the kinda UIET person snapped?
I lifted a girl off the ground by her hair and told her never to mess with me again. I was 5 feet 8 inches and 13 years old. The girl had been bullying me for years at that point. I was the quiet kid who just read a lot, liked gaming, and had severe social anxiety. She purposefully bumped into me on the way out of a classroom. By that point, she had pushed me out of my friend group and replaced me, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I snapped, and literally saw red. Like, literally. It was like a red film fell over my vision and I had no control over my actions. She was a few inches shorter than me, but had curly, puffy hair. So, I picked her up by it and told her, "Don't come near me ever again." And then dropped her like the piece of trash she was. I proceeded to walk to my next class and have a total breakdown, crying. I didn't get in trouble because the teachers much preferred me over her and knew I would never do something like that unless pushed to the breaking point. Plus, when you're bawling about how you didn't mean to do that and you were just so desperate to make her go away, you get a lot of sympathy. I don't regret it, and she never messed with me again. Edit. Thank you for the silver. I didn't snap. I thought about what I was going to do long and hard, and came to the decision that the girl deserved to get bitch slapped across the face. She said my brother had a sister complex. I was 6 when my brother died of a drug overdose. He was 19, away at college. So, the next day at high school, right when she walked up to me to say good morning, I slapped her across the face and walked away. I had warned my other friends about what she had said, and that I was about to do something, but I am a natural peacekeeper, so they never thought I could do something like that. I ended up in the office, sobbing about what she had said to me. Apparently it seemed like I had just snapped out of nowhere. Needless to say, you don't punish the girl who slapped the person that said the girl's dead brother had a sister complex. In high school, my former good friend, we grew distant after school ended, was in the lunchroom talking to his group of friends. I was nearby with my group of friends. One of the dudes in his group of friends decided to crack a joke about my friend's mom in front of him, which got my friend really quiet. What most might not have known is that his mom was a recovering drug addict and a single mother of 2 boys. The husband decided to skip out of child support and moved back to his home country in Brazil. She did a lot of work to get clean and raise her kids to be better than she or their dad was, and both her sons and I respected her for it. Suffice to say, my friend didn't like wisecracks against his mom, joking or otherwise. I don't even remember what the comment specifically was, just that I had never seen my friend's face get so red so fast. I looked over at him in time to see him dive across the table and absolutely destroy the dude. There wasn't even a fight, it was just a one-sided massacre with my friend swing repeatedly from above. Took 3 teachers to break it up, and a few more to get him out of the room. He got suspended for 3 days, and it tanked his reputation with all his teachers, which used to be pretty high before then. I still feel bad about it years later too. Nicest guy you'd ever meet, but that moment led him into fighting with a lot of students on other occasions. He ended up being held back a year from failing his classes too, so that one fight essentially ruined his future single-handedly. School gets out at 3:30 p.m. Not my story this time. Quiet kid really liked eating his own nose candy in the middle of class. This is 5th grade. Someone asked why he always ate his own nose candy and the kid lost his mind. Just started clawing at this kid's face and beating on him like a ape. Everyone was dead quiet. We didn't know what the hell had just happened. Kid goes back to his seat and doesn't pick his nose again. Until after lunch. Thing is that this kid never messed with nose candy ever again. Edit. If you want to know more or have more insight on the situations, then let me know. I was the quiet kid. I snapped once and almost snapped worse a second time. The first time, this kid was making fun of me over and over in the classroom before class. I had enough, so I grabbed his arm and, being a wrestling fan at the time, executed a perfect clothesline. He went flying back a few feet and landed on a desk. He didn't bother me again. The next time involved a group of kids who followed me around multiple times a day from class to class. They'd yell insults and taunt me as I tried to get to my next class. Fighting wasn't an option because they only bothered me when there were about 6 of them. 1-on-1 I might stand a chance, but 6-on-1? No way. I tried to lose them, but that would only result in more taunting. When they didn't follow me, they'd show up at my next class before me and block the doorway, so I had to push through them, as they hurled verbal insults, of course. They let other kids pass no problem, I learned to deal with it by suppressing my feelings about being treated like this. Now something I recommend. One day, they did their block the door routine and I had had enough. You know the expression seeing red? Well, it can actually happen. Everything seemed tinted red and I found myself focusing on the throat of my nearest tormentor. And that's when my teacher showed up, ordering them to get away, and preventing me from attacking. Or doing whatever I was going to do. Honestly, I don't know.